Hi, my name's Ashley Wilson and I run an eco-friendly blog called MyGreenNest.com. And today I want to show you guys 5 things that I wished I would have brought to the hospital during my labor and delivery. And this is my new little boy. His name is Abram. He is 2 weeks old today. He's sporting a little Charlie banana cloth diaper. And I have also written my full labor and delivery story. And if you want to read that, that's linked in the description below. And he was 10 pounds, he was a big boy, and it was a very long labor. A lot of crazy stuff happened. So if you guys want to read that, feel free to. But let's go ahead and talk about the 5 things that I wished I would have brought. I know about a month ago I did a full video on everything I'm going to bring to the hospital, and now I want to show you what I would have done differently. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so my baby does have a stuffy nose. He was just born with it, so you're probably going to hear him in the corner going. So if you do, that's just my son. He's okay. But I am a experienced mom. I had Asher a couple years ago, but I wasn't natural focused like I am now. Like I didn't cloth diaper, I didn't, use cloth pads and all of that. And this time I wanted my hospital experience to be just a little bit more on the natural side. I mean, I did use an epidural, so it wasn't 100% natural, but I tried to cloth diaper from day one and all of that. And I already knew what to bring to the hospital for the most part, which I did that full video on everything that I'm going to bring. But there were still a few things that, because of what transpired at the hospital, I do wish I would have brought. And one of them is a red or colorful pillowcase. And I had actually read, don't bring a white pillowcase, or at least mark on it real big, so you know that it's yours, because it can get mixed up with the pillows in the hospital. And that's exactly what happened. After I had my son and they transferred us to the postpartum room, I didn't notice until like a day later that my pillow was missing. We completely forgot to grab it, and because it had a white pillowcase, it looked just like the ones in the hospital. So I wished if I would have done it all over again, I would have just put the red one on and we would have known that's my pillow. And luckily the staff, I notified the nurses and they went and found my pillow, because I have a really nice down feather pillow. It's just heavenly. I took it with me when I had Asher, and it made my bed a lot more comfortable, because those beds really aren't the most comfortable. A couple things here that I also wished I would have had is more nursing pads and more cloth wipes. And the reason why is because my son had to go to the NICU for a little bit, and I actually had a lot more milk supply than I planned on having, because with Asher I barely pumped anything. This time around it's like milk everywhere. And I don't know, I probably could have asked the nurses to bring me some wipes or some nursing pads. I bet they probably would have had some. But if I was going to be more prepared, if I was going to do it again, I would suggest having more nursing pads than, I think I brought 4 pairs and they didn't last very long at all. I would have brought more of these and more of these. And these are great. Cloth wipes, baby washcloths or cloth wipes are great just to, when you're pumping, you're wiping your pump out, you can wipe yourself, when you're trying to pump or nurse. They're just wonderful to have, and I wish I would have brought maybe a handful more of these. Now the next thing that I wished I would have brought, and I said I was going to bring it in my video, but then at the last minute I thought, oh, I don't need all that. There are actually 2 things, and one of them was my essential oils. So I wished I would have brought some essential oils like I said I was going to, but I kind of didn't. And I wish so badly I would have brought my diffuser, because hospital smells like a hospital, and when you're diffusing your essential oils, it just brings you just feel a little bit more at home, a little bit more comforted. And I know some really good ones for having a baby are frankincense, tea tree oil, lavender, things that are calming and just help you to relax a little bit, because it's not really a relaxing situation. I wouldn't have brought all of these, but I wish I would have brought a few of them in my diffuser, and I didn't. The other thing that I have on my list on my other blog post that you could bring that's really great is a Boppy Pillow. Let me get mine. So I saw some other people bringing this in what they're bringing in the hospital videos, and I kind of thought, well, that's just another big bulky thing. I don't need to bring that. I was totally wrong. My son had to go to the NICU. I did not like having to hold my baby up or use the hospital pillows. It's just much more comfortable for me to use my Boppy, so I had my father-in-law bring up, I believe my in-law, I don't remember who it was, but I had someone bring up my Boppy Pillow immediately, because when I would go to visit the NICU, I could sit in the chair, put my Boppy Pillow down, and easily nurse my son. It was much more comfortable, and it was just a wonderful thing to have at the hospital. It may not be as needed if you don't have a NICU stay, but you don't know if you're going to or not. So, and besides that, it just makes nursing easier. And anything that makes nursing easier is a win-win in my book. Okay, so 2 more things. I guess I have more than 5. I'm just now realizing that. Okay, so here's a couple more things that I wished I would have brought. And these are pretty severe, okay? This is for real. One is my heating pad. I wished I would have had a heating pad, whether it was microwavable. Actually, no, they didn't have a microwave at this hospital that I could use to heat up like a rice heating pad. But my mother-in-law went out and bought me this beautiful heating pad that plugs in. I definitely recommend it because when you give birth, you think, oh, okay, well, that's the end. That's the most painful part. It's all over with. Yeah, you're going to be sore and things like that, but you'll be on medication. You'll be fine. No. One of the most painful parts of having a baby is the afterbirth pains, and they don't tell you this, but I had horrible afterbirth pains, and actually with this one, it was even worse. And I hear that it gets worse with each progressive pregnancy. So what is happening is your uterus starts to try to squeeze in, and it's trying to go back down to its original size, and it only gets worse with breastfeeding. Breastfeeding actually causes it to contract. Well, the contractions felt just like my labor contractions, and I was in so much pain, but I wasn't allowed to have my Percocet just yet because I had to have it every 6 hours at the hospital. And I was literally like dying in pain. I felt like I was gonna die, and they didn't have heating pads there. They had like heated towels that only lasted for like a few minutes, and then they cooled down. And I wish so badly, and that was one of the things I wanted to bring, was a heating pad, but I just didn't get to it. But I definitely, especially if it's your second pregnancy, if it's your second or third, get a heating pad, because before I could take my medication, this was the only thing that made it better. And last but not least, get healthy snacks, okay? Healthy snacks. I mean, stock up on, I got this at the dollar store. This is like little pumpkin seeds and granola. Get granola bars, get maybe some bananas, stuff that's really easy to grab and eat, but it's not super fattening. Maybe some mixed nuts, maybe some chopped apples, just peanut butter, something. Have a stock of snacks, because after giving birth and breastfeeding and all that, and I was so exhausted, and then your body is burning so many calories to have these contractions. I hit, like, there was one point where I hit like a complete low, and I was so hungry. I had my husband buy chocolate milk, chicken strips, and everything fattening I could think of, just because I didn't have snacks to keep me kind of elevated, and I was just like stuffing my mouth with everything that was unholy, basically. So I definitely recommend, have a little basket of treats that you get at the dollar store or something. And if you are thinking of a gift, instead of bringing flowers or something like that, maybe think about getting someone who just had a baby a basket of treats. It's actually a really good gift idea, because at least you can eat it, If I would have had these things, it would have been perfect, but I did have most of the supplies that I need. I was pretty over-prepared, and I actually used everything that I said I was going to pack in my bag, in my hospital bag. I used everything, and so I didn't actually overpack. So I hope this video helped you out, and again, if you want to check out my full labor and delivery story, it kind of starts with the end of my pregnancy, and I go into how everything happened. Be sure to check that out on my blog, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I hope to I hope to catch you guys in the next video.